Everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good
Uh,
evening.
okay. Good evening, everyone, and let's begin with the session number 44 of the Speak Up Club. Uh, and this is a Saturday night session that we have every Saturday for the last 44 Saturdays now. It's been a journey where these programs at every Saturday night have been programs which have helped us add perspectives to our life. We are the host while we add the theme of the session and we run the show. But the show is not about us. It's about you and the perspectives that we are bringing onto the table every Saturday night on different themes. And that's where we believe each one of us can learn from each other and grow in different facets of our life. This is not just about the professional journey, but also who we are in person and how we can become better versions of ourselves. So let's begin with the theme for today. I would like Pragya to begin introducing the theme or the session that we are going to have today, and then I'll take it over. Pragya?
Hello, everyone. I am really sorry. I am at my mother's place, so will not be able to switch on the video right now. But today I'm going to give you a different experience. At least I'm trying to do that. So the concept today is about wanderlust, which means a strong desire to travel. There's something which I read a few years ago, which said that the world is a book, and those who do not travel have read only one page. Since then, I have always believed that traveling is the best form of learning. We might study history, we might study geography, but the kind of horizons we expand when we are actually going to those places, meeting the people around them, and experiencing the events that happen, that's where the true learning starts. And that is where, because we all are sitting at home and missing out on these learnings, we thought that we will share few of our experiences and few of your experiences of travels that you have done. There is one experience which is extremely close to my heart, but I would not tell you the experience, but I would want you all to experience that with me of what I would have gone through at that point of time with a little story. The story is of me when I was in my school around 11th, 12th class.
Just a minute, Pragya. Can I
Yeah.
request whoso is possible to please switch on your cameras, because it's always good to talk to people, not just the names that we see over here. It'll be great if you can interact. Whoso is possible. I understand you could have your challenges, but it'll be great if you can switch on your videos and be here if you don't have bandwidth challenges or any other challenges. Thank you. Go ahead, Pragya.
Yeah. So this particular story is of the time when I was in my grade 11th. My mom and me we were having a discussion over where we should go. And just like any other teenager, I wanted to go to Goa, the most fun loving place. The first thing which comes to everybody's mind. But my mom is a mom too. She wanted me to take to place where we can worship God, because God is somebody who's going to take care of me when I go to my 12th exam. So finally, after a lot of discussion, we decided to go on a trip to a holy place named Badrinath. I thought that fine, this is the last time, maybe once I grow up as a teenager, I will be going to Goa one day. But for now, I can fulfill my mom's wish. And all I wanted to have was, a, was an adventurous trip. Although I knew that a trip to a holy place can never be adventure. But somehow we decided that, okay, this is where we are going. As we started our journey, I never knew what kind of learnings, what kind of adventure and fun it's going to bring to me. But I knew how boring, pathetic, irritating, frustrating it will be. As we started our journey, we were on our way to reach to Badrinath in next 4 hours. Although the beauty was amazing, the hills felt like mountains having no boundaries. Equally dangerous were the valleys though. But something happened which shook me like anything. There was a thunder sound. I thought maybe now it's going to rain. What worse can it be? But the thunder sound was not of the rain, but of a landslide. And we were stuck there for 8 long hours. Nothing can be worse, right? Being stuck at a place in a local bus with people around who are all singing the religious songs, who are all above 50, and you are the only teenager amongst them, trying to sing hip hop songs, but singing some Shiva songs which you don't even know. What the learning which came at that duration of 8 hours was something which told me that we can have adventurous trips when we go to holy trips. But what it told me more was I was adaptable because I could adapt to the situation which came then. I also understood that sometimes we see people as strange people around us. We feel that we don't know them. They would be, they're just strangers to us. But at these times, when an auntie offered me some candies and some chips because she thought I will be hungry more than what she can bear, I cannot bear it. She gave me those. And then I understood that these people are not as bad as I was thinking. Sometimes oldies are also good enough when they give you good goodies too. But this particular trip also told me that when I look around me, there is so much to learn when we travel. And more than the things around us, it teaches us things about us. So, on that note, I would want somebody of you to share something which you have learned about yourself on any trip that you have gone. And it can be as simple as a trip to going to your grandmother's house. It might have tested your patience. It might have tested your taste buds. It might have tested your endurance to things or any struggle that you faced. Because every journey comes with a learning unmatched to another one. So, can I request somebody to please share any story of their journey? Maybe I think Rashmi can share her story of traveling to London from India sometime, or maybe Akanksha can share her story to going to grandmother's place or something. First of all, Rashmi, I envy you seeing wearing those sweaters. Huh? We are like we're putting on ACs here.
Okay.
You're on mute.
Rashmi, you're on mute. Rashmi, you're still on mute.
Sorry.
Sometimes this is how it is. Sometimes this is how it is. You tell your entire love story and then you get to know that the other person was deaf.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Today temperature is 15. Actually, April temperature is increased, so we feel better. But 15 is quite less for us, at least for Indians.
We are hearing it. We are hearing it the other way around. We are here closing to 50, 50. Okay. Go ahead, Rashmi.
15. So I would like to share because grass is always green other side. When I come to London, I was so excited and I was so um, uh, surprised to see everyone, color, hair color, eyes color, skin color, and everything. And there is also a lot of variety. Means like a red, ginger, white, off white. So there is also plenty of variety of colors. And I was new about. I don't know. Means I was European is same. Like everyone is same for me. But when I say red color is belongs to Ireland, blue color is towards French, means mostly, and Germany, they all have blonde hair and all, and toward blue color, and this Italy, Spain, and all, they are mostly like us, black hair and white skin. So variety of people, variety of culture. And I've been to from London to Italy. You can't believe, we was thinking Italy, pizza is famous from Italy. So we thought we will eat best pizza from Italy, original pizza. And we went to five-star hotel in Italy. And you can't believe, just like our roti, flat roti and top sprinkle like onion and all this onion, ginger, garlic, and all this jalapeno and all these things. And the plate came in front of us, and we were shocked. We thought, oh my God, this is like a just chapati and top on top, there is nothing. So we was thinking like people are every country. Even I went to Iceland. There is a no tree. There is nothing is growing. Means like a food purpose. Everything is exported from abroad. And I'm pure vegetarian. I'm not eating egg also. So for me, it's very difficult when I visit to like this country. You will get, except bread, you don't get anything, bread and fruit. So it's very difficult. Even people are survive there, and they feel themselves like I don't know. Means sometimes I feel India is the best country. If you have money, then there is no country like India, because we have all season, all food, everything, whatever you want. But when I visit every unique country like Iceland, you can't believe there is like a hot water fountain in ice everywhere, -degree temperature, and there is boiled water and blue lagoon and all. But food, you can't believe, it's very, very expensive, and you don't get anything. So for non-veg, there are plenty of variety. So I feel I'm really proud I'm an Indian. So sometimes, sometimes that's why I said first sentence, grass is green other side. When we enter every country, and you can't believe Italy is such a backward. I will I feel like that. Because I don't know Italian language and all. So we was asking the navigation. We have navigation, but there is you need English navigation everywhere, and there is their own language navigation. When my husband, I always like to hire car from that country, and he drive right and left both side he drive. So we hired that car, but that navigation was in their language. So we can't understand that navigation. And we are saying right side, left side, right, right. They said yes, right, right. Right means correct. They said yes. So we was just roaming around. And then afterward we understand right means not right or left. Right means you are right. So, so, so it is an unbelievable experience. And another things, there is a lot of beggary, there is a lot of poverty than India. So we don't know, when we visit there, uh, two girls, 13-year or 16-year girls come to me, and they were asking. So I was thinking they are asking me something, or selling me something. So they are just showing me something, and they put hand in my purse. So I caught their two hand, and I said, and they are talking, they are shouting, screaming, and my husband and my brother-in-law is thinking, Rashmi is just dealing with them or talking to them, and they are nicely enjoying walking slowly. And I was struggling, and those people were struggling, and they just left my purse and everything, and they run away. I ran behind them, but unfortunately signal was on, and they crossed the road. And then after signal off, we went till the time they passed. But trying to tell this story, there is a poverty, and when we went to police station, so they said just we register your name and everything, you should cancel your visa card and all, everything you should cancel. We can't help you. So then afterward we realized they're all racket, they all together. So
Interesting,
like
interesting.
this, I feel sometimes India is more safe than like this, like this country.
Wonderful.
And I went to Dubai. Dubai also people, Asian people, but there is a discipline rule. So same are people, but there is so much discipline. 1 o'clock at night, I was roaming everywhere, and there is no like a fear or anything. You can just roam anywhere. Nobody will touch you. So this is the vast difference, diversity,
Thank
like
you. Thank you.
India, Gulf.
Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that, Rashmi. I think
Yes.
there were some
Yeah.
really
Thank you.
different stories that you had to share, and I think each one of them had
Yes.
some immense, interesting learnings that many people probably would not have had in the perspective of going abroad. And as beautifully you began, the grass is not always greener on the other side.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So who would like to go next? Vivek, would you like to share any learning or story that you would want to share today?
Sure, I will just give it a try.
Vivek, yeah,
Hello. Yeah, am I
your voice is a lot low. Can you take the
actually
mic a little
I might
closer?
have to switch off my cam.
No,
I
now it's
might have
better.
to switch off my camera. It's better?
Uh,
Okay. Because
yeah,
I
it's
am on
better.
my
Your
mobile data, so I'm not too sure how good it would
so
work.
if it
Anyways,
breaks, I'll just let you know. So you can just maybe switch off your mobile then, video then.
yeah, fine.
Perfect.
So I just actually got this in my memory when Rashmiji was talking. Uh, when I was in my, I was preparing for my entrance in medical. I used to study in Kota, Rajasthan. From my place, I stay in a small town, and presently I'm actually here at my home place. So it is about 500 kilometers from here, the Kota place. So one night we were traveling in our vehicle, and there is some place where it's like a jungle. Presently, I don't know what's the situation, but those days it used to be like absolutely barren land. You can just imagine a deep jungle, and it was like that. We were passing through that, and there was a driver, and me, my father, mother, we were all. And midnight at around 1:30, our vehicle was punctured. And what driver did is before he stopped, he took the car, he took the vehicle. It was not car, it was a jeep. He took it down, and it was a river, and it was there was lot of river, what you can sand. So vehicle, like it just got into the sand. And when we got down and we tried to change the stepney, there was no place for the jack to go in because the vehicle was completely in the sand, and we didn't know what to do. It was like jungle. There were no other vehicles were not moving from there. So we started looking for and now he was not able to switch it on the vehicle and bring it again back on the road. It was not possible. So we thought, let us go and dig that place so that we can make some place to put the jack below. Now we needed a stone to dig that. And to our surprise, we couldn't find stone there. It was pitch dark. It was so dark that we couldn't even see our own hand. You can just imagine. So we just switched on the headlights and we started searching. And the moment we switched on this our torchlight to search in the riverbed if we can find a sharp stone, there were like thousands of mosquitoes instantly on that light. I could I couldn't imagine that such situation could come. Like we were happily enjoying the cricket commentary and vehicle was moving, and suddenly we are in the jungle and all this is happening. And after that, somehow we could find out a stone and we digged it, and the things happened, and we came out of. When I think of this incident, in hindsight, I thought it was an incident which would probably terrify anyone. At least it may look very adventurous, but it would terrify anyone. But at that moment, I didn't feel that. In fact, I don't know, there was a laser focus when my father told Vivek, go and get a stone somewhere. And I'm going like, not even thinking that we are in a jungle, there could be anything. Just focus is, there was only one focus that I have to find out a stone somehow. And almost in 50-60 meter territory, we roamed and somehow things happened. So what I get from that in hindsight is like, actually many times challenging times come and we think that we'll not be able to handle. But uh, there is something in us when we are amidst the situation, actually our best comes out. And fear and all those things, maybe in hindsight it happens, but that time nothing happens. I just couldn't think anything. It was like a mission find a stone. It's like that, you know. And so my learning is it's unnecessary to really think about tough situations in life, and to remain so bothered about it, or to create that imaginary fear and live in stress. You know, people have these fears: what will happen if somebody from family dies, what will happen this, that, what will happen if my business is gone, what will happen if I lose my job, such, so on and so forth. But my realization again and again has been that whenever tough time comes, actually we bring our best out, and sometimes they give us good lessons. So that was my sharing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vivek, for that very interesting story, I must say. And it kind of reassures the belief that each one of us have some power deep within which we are not aware of. And it is in tough times, in challenging times, that new possibilities are created,
Yes.
even those which we are not aware of, those things which we never thought of were possible, just because it's a situation that gets over us and we become better and overpower the situation. So thanks for sharing that wonderful story. I think
Thank you.
that's a great learning for everyone over here. Yes, Pragya.
Yeah. So with these amazing stories, there is something which I can always connect to, which I have felt about traveling. That traveling is something which takes you to 1,000 strange places, teaches you 1,000 strange problems, solutions. But finally, the most strangest part is that it leaves you with a stranger yourself. Because when you come out of these situations, when you have come from these travels, just try to imagine any travel which you have ever done. You would never be the same person who had gone before that travel. And I am not talking about the routines. You might be the same person going 10 a.m. at the office and coming from the office at 6 p.m. But something inside you, yourself, would have changed, because these struggles would have either made you stronger, faster, better, and would have made you do things which you could never expect you to do by pushing your boundaries. And that is what the whole wanderlust is all about. Because in these travels, we are not traveling to escape the life that we have. We are just trying to find a new life. We are just trying to escape the boundaries that we have created for ourselves. And we are just trying to escape the walls that we have created, that this is me, this is a routine. But just think about any travel that you would have done. If I think of mine, I know that I might not have slept well. I might not have my comfortable bed and pillow. I might not have had my towel, which I always use. I might not even have my brush with me at times. But still we go on travels. Still we try to go out of our comfort zones, because we know that till the time we are pushing our boundaries, we are not trying to be better. And the best part is that even if you're going to the smallest of the places, it need not be a Europe trip for like 15 days. Even if you go out for 2 days, the kind of refreshment, the kind of change it brings for us is something which renews our energies. And I think most of us, other than the family reasons for which we travel to our hometowns, to our places, to our parents, other than that, any trip which we make, the core reason, the first thing that comes to our mind is, let's get fresh. And this fresh is because you want to find out the new you, not because you want to find out a new place. It always makes you do decisions at times which you would have never thought you would do. And all the more, it teaches you that there might come any problem, but there is a turn, a road after this turn. There is always a window that will open if all the doors are closed. And that's how, even if we are stuck in worst of the problems in our trips, we still find solutions. Do you think I would have stayed stuck in that bus for more than 8 hours and I would have not tried to find any solution? But we always do. It brings out the strongest side of us. With this, can I ask somebody who has found his or her strongest side by any travel that they would have done? It can be an adventure trip or it can be any trip. Rishabh is there with us. Rishabh, would you want to share your story of travel?
I think Rishabh just joined in now. Not sure if he's aware of how it's going on. Anyone else would like to add something? Shreya, Akanksha?
Saloni, Hasuddin sir,
Shreya, go ahead.
you might have
Actually,
traveled.
when we traveled, I was very small. And nowadays, from 2 years, it's COVID, so they're not taking anywhere.
Don't make it 2 years.
Do
It's just been a year now.
But
Do
when
you
COVID
remember
started,
Shreya,
I
any
was
story? Do you remember any story when you were young or you would have gone to your grandmother's house? You
I'm
might
now
have
present.
you
I'm
might
in
have
my
seen a rat
grandmother's.
there. You might have seen a rat there and got scared of it. Any simple story, because every story, every travel will teach us something. It might be as simple as gathering your courage after seeing that rat.
Rishabh, we'd like to go ahead. Rishabh, are you there?
No problem. Shreya, would you like to? Any story? You might have seen a cat, you might have seen a dog and got scared or anything. I know that
Whenever,
smile is showing me you have a story, but you're not speaking it out.
actually, when I was from small, from when I was in first class, from that time I would go to dance class. It was near my home. So every day I would go by walk and come by walk. One day, what happened while I was coming, there were many dogs. So I ran from there. I I didn't know that we need to silently walk and get out from there. But I got scared and ran directly to my house. When I started near my dance class, directly to my house. But they were all dogs were chasing me around.
Interesting.
So now you have learned that you should not run when the dog is around you. Right. Hasuddin sir is there? He was there for some time.
He was there.
Yeah.
Okay. So Akanksha, Saloni, Pooja, anyone? Akanksha, you can't speak. You're outside in the restaurant while COVID is happening. Enjoy. Anyways, Saloni. Saloni, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Any story that you'd like to share today?
Yeah, there is nothing like that, but yeah, I went to Manali and there the food is quite different from here and all. And so when we went there, it was everywhere like Maggie. Everywhere it is Maggie. Only you can eat Maggie anywhere. So yeah, anyways, we like Maggie, so there is no issue with that. But it is quite difficult for parents and all to eat Maggie continuously and for morning and night and all. So that's it.
Now Saloni will never eat Maggie again.
No, I
Okay.
don't eat actually Maggie also.
Thanks,
Right.
Saloni.
So with this, there is the second part of this wanderlust, which I would want you all to think about now. We have been talking about stories of going to places, learning from that, and the trips that we have taken. But how many of you have a wanderlust to travel within? Is my question. We always talk about traveling outside, traveling to places to find that calm, to find that peace, to find that sanity, confidence, and so much more. That is why we wanted to tag this session as Wanderlust. But when I tried to dig deep inside, I thought that many of us also have a wanderlust to travel deep within themselves. I think Rahul is one of that person who always prefers traveling inside his heart, inside his mind and his soul to find about himself. This is one of the most toughest travels which I have come across, because we always shy around. We always feel that things are not going to be right. We always feel that it's going to be a lethal experience, a lethal experiment to actually dig deep within and find that travel to our soul. But that is the most important wanderlust that we need to take, because we might travel the world, but till the time we know ourselves, we have experimented with ourselves, we have experienced ourselves, there is absolutely nothing that is going to work. And one reason when we don't do it, the way we get a fatigue, the way we get a boredom when we don't travel, like how we all have been getting since 1 year when we were all stuck inside because of COVID, we've got a boredom inside us. But how many times do we actually think about the boredom we get because we have not tried to find ourselves inside? I think Rahul will have something more to add over here, because he is one person who always keeps telling me that rather than traveling outside, first try to travel inside to become better. Rahul, can you add?
Uh, Thank you, Pragya, for that. I think there's one quote that I personally resonate a lot with, and it's a beautifully written. It reads, "Not all those who wander are lost." Many times in our life, we come across situations, times where we are talking about not finding a direction of where is that we want to go and what is it that we want to do, and why sometimes our life is in a complete mess altogether. And that's where I felt travel, wanderlust, both the journey within and the journey outside, provides us answers to what we wish to do in our life. It kind of calms the water through which we can find the reflection to what we want to do in our life. So once a journey was in the year 2013. That was a time when, after almost an year of deliberation, I finally quit my corporate job, because somewhere, not that I was not satisfied with the money that I was getting there, but somewhere it started to feel that this is not the place that I want to be. Not that I was not good at it, but I didn't connect with the place, not the company, but what I was doing. And that's where, after almost taking a year to decide on that, I quit my corporate job of 5 years in May 2013. And that's when, to find the answers of what we want to do, or what is it that I want to do in my life next, without any answers of what at that point in time I had in my mind, I took a trip to Europe, a 21-day trip to Europe. And the funny part of it is, we just booked the to and fro ticket with the visas, nothing else other than that. And that was a trip where I feel those 21 days gave me a reflection through the different experiences that we had in Europe, and these experiences trickling down into what I want into my life deeper. This is where I found the answers. I found some of the very interesting answers to what is it that I'm looking in my life for, and how is it that I can do that in this trip. And as simple as that, nobody does, or very few people, the really adventurous kind of people will do that. They'll be going to a foreign country without any plans further ahead, except for the tickets and the visa, which was required, which is the bare minimum required. We went there, and the trip, which covered 6 countries, through different modes of transport, through different experiences, interacting with different people, and different experiences of what we want to do in different cities and how we did that, was an experience in itself. And like Rashmi added, it was an experience which taught us a lot, not just about who the people or the countries and the beauty that the world has, but also about us and how we perceive the world. I think that is where, with different experiences, like Rashmi just mentioned about the Italy pizzas, which we are fond of in the definition of pizza that we have learned in our country, but going there and seeing that one piece of brinjal and one piece of olive and one piece of jalapeno there on that, not even bread, I would say it was more like the chapati that Rashmi is mentioning. So those were things and different experiences which helped us understand how people are different. Each one of us is different. when we put the same blanket of success and how we call it success, we are going to miss out on what we want. But deep within, I also realized we are all the same. With what is it that we're looking for in life? What is it that we are aspiring for? Could be different in terms of what we are trying to achieve in itself, but the drive which we have, the connections that we have, the commonality despite the different colors, the blonde colors, the white, fair, brown, whatever you want to call, at the heart, we are all the same. We all long for the same things. That is what I found as a connection to the human connection that I understood while I was traveling to places. I think that's the beauty of traveling, where we feel and experience the differences which are there, and yet are able to find the commonality between the human, I would say, the human generation or humans in general. So these are trips that help me find reflection about myself. Like we had also the other story being shared by Vivek about what is it that's stopping us, the limits that we have, the challenges that we feel we have are something which are just perceived notions that we have deep in our mind. Could I have quit the job without knowing what is there in the future? Probably that was a fear, that what will happen, I wasn't sure. But only when I quit, I was in the turmoil. That's when I found what I want. That's what travel helped me. That's what Wanderlust is all about. You go into places which will not have a Google map assigned to it that this is where you're going. Sometimes you even get into the places to find the path, to find where you want to go. And when you reach somewhere, you get to know that this is what probably is what my life is. Like the last 1 year with, same, I come back to this example always, the last 1 year with Speak Up Club, 44 sessions. Did we know what we are going to do and how we are going to do? And we are going to have this 44th session like this with new people, even on the 44th session? No. But we began. We began this wanderlust of, let's see what it is, what's there in store with these kind of sessions, what's there with the perspective that we're going to get. So, and that's where I think we've had a real good experience with the kind of wanderlust that we have been into. And that's the reason I say, keep wandering here and there, not in the literal sense, but in a sense of spirit. Keep wandering. That's when you'll get to know the world a little better. And with that, you will get to know yourself a little better. So that's my journey of wanderlust and the experiences that I've had. And hopefully it tells you to wander more often, because you will find who you are and what you want in life. While you're wandering, you'll find the new destinations. Pragya.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Rahul. And as I come towards the end of my part in it, there is a beautiful story of one of my travels, which not only told me about people, but as I was telling you, it told me about my soul, my beliefs, my thoughts. The story is of a time when I was doing my degree final year. I went to a small place in Ajmer. It started raining heavily. It was raining cats and dogs. And there were very, very small houses there because I had gone for an NGO event over there. Although we were doing it, but somewhere in my mind, you know how we treat people? This is so dirty. How can they live in such small houses? They don't even have proper place to cook. I really want to run out of this place. But we had to do it at that point of time because it was our project and we were going to get marks and grades for that. So I had to do it. But as it started raining heavily and we were stuck because there was water all around and there was no place to go, we were hungry, we were thirsty, and it was almost 7:38 in the night. We had needed to go back, but we couldn't. Soon the announcement came that the rain is going to get heavier. Please do not come out of the places where you are. My fear, my hatred increased more. I can't stay stuck at this place right now. I really can't live with these kind of people, was my thought. Because they were extremely poor people then. There. One lady opened her door of the house. And she said in Hindi, Didi, bahar mahat bhigo, andar aa jao, nahi to aapko bukhar aa jayega. Which means that, please don't get wet in rain outside. Although our house is small, but you can come inside. Otherwise, you will get fever if you get wet. That one point from that lady changed so much in me at that point of time. I was thinking wrong about her. I was perceiving her to be ugly, dirty, careless, but she was more caring than what I was. She was worried about a person who's not even close to her, whom she has never met before, whom she doesn't even know. She was worried because she was human. She did not care about which community I come from, which kind of a background I come from. I was just a person lost in rain, getting wet, who might fall ill for her. So that day, that event told me that sometimes travel opens your hearts, it broadens your mind, and as I am doing now, it fills your life with stories which you can never forget, which are always which always fall short of words, because the feelings, the emotions that you have felt then can never be expressed. And I am sure all of you must have had some stories, some travels, maybe smaller ones, maybe just even going from your house to your office. You might have experienced so many things which have enlightened your soul, awakened your soul, which have taken you, your mind, your thoughts, your perceptions to a wanderlust, to the most important part of our body, a travel not done frequently, a road less traveled, a road, a wander to our soul. But if you have done that travel ever, trust me, that's the most important one. If you have not done it, start your journey today, because I am sure that is going to be one of the best travels, and you will never be happier than that ever, because then you will know yourself, not the person which people might think of you, like the way I was thinking of that lady, but you will know the person, an all new person which you would have never met before, the real you. So I would say that of all the travels across globe, this one is the most worth it. Do take it. With this, I will end my session. If anybody of you have any stories to share, you can, and I will hand it over to Rahul.
Um, Rishabh, would you like to add something now if you are kind of in flow with the session right now? Or Pooja?
Just Rahul, I would like to one suggestion.
Sure, Rashmi, go ahead.
This is wonderful subject, and I like to encourage a youngster. Here is concept. Even you don't have money, those children, they are working in McDonald's or somewhere, anywhere, and they are earning money, and they're saving money for travel. And they went to different country, and they work there, and that money they are traveling. So India, this concept don't have, and they said, "Oh, we don't have money. How we will travel?" But better to explore this site also. Sorry.
Wonderful, Rashmi. I think that's a very interesting perspective. I think that's what we also realized when we have traveled abroad for work or for leisure. One thing that we observed is the cultural difference which is there. So that's a very stark difference in the way we approach life. One,
Yes.
in India, the beauty is we feel we are cared for, but the backfire, the other side of the coin is the fact that because of this care, we are limited because of love. We are limited in our experiences, in the way we can explore things, in the way we experience things until much later in life. That's one thing that I felt. Once you have the responsibilities, you have your own life. The positives is that they become independent much earlier than what they do in India. In that sense, there's a that's a very strong debate. But with regard to the point that you said about working and earning to travel and working to get that experience, which most of
Yes.
the Indians don't have, that's a very interesting perspective, which I feel is genuinely good, because that's when they know that after working for maybe 4 hours or 6 hours, whatever they're working, how much are they working, they know and respect labor. They know and
Yes.
respect the worth of every penny that they're earning, because they are giving the effort for it. And that's where I
Yes.
feel, yes, that's a perspective on the aspect of getting experience in life. That's a very valid point, and I feel everyone should do it. And sometimes in India, I've seen in certain families, they have this very basic culture as well, wherein when kids are there, they just tell them, you help us in the household chores, do the utensils today or do the brooming today, you'll get 2 rupees. That's also a
Yes.
kind of respect to the labor and learning to value the work that you're doing. So
Yes,
that's the thing.
that's true. Yes,
Anyone else
even
would like?
my example, I am giving my children, so if they wash the car, I will give 10 pounds, So, so
Rashmi,
like
Rashmi,
this.
Rashmi, Rashmi, where is the car?
Yeah.
10 pounds is a good money. I'll come. Interesting. Interesting.
No,
Okay.
but you should encourage children,
Indeed,
especially
indeed,
Indian
indeed.
children, to work hard, because they don't have, because here, children are working very hard, if you can see, and they are enjoying themselves, means they are not dependent on parents, everything.
Yeah, that's it. That's completely right. I've seen this as a cultural difference in a lot of countries, and I think there's an aspect of it which we can embrace and start using it in our lives. Anyone else would
Yes.
like to share any other story? Uh, Rishabh, the session is for perspectives. It's good if you're listening, but it will also be even better if we get to listen from you, because we are here to learn as well, and we are here to listen to stories of people. Thank you, Vivek, for sharing that wonderful story. I think your story was the highlight of the session today. It touched uh, some very deep principles or important aspects of our life, and we're thankful that you shared that story, and hope to see you in the future sessions as well. uh,
Thanks, Rahul. Pleasure.
Thank you, Vivek. I've shared the WhatsApp group in which we keep posting what's the theme of these sessions, and we keep posting about events about living life. In that WhatsApp group, I've shared that in the chat here. So would request anyone who's coming here for the first time or is still not a part of that group uh, to please join that WhatsApp group. We can stay connected through that group. And that's a no nonsense group. Only the events which are related to no good mornings, that's a group posted limited to only admin post, which is me and Pragya, wherein only events related to living life are shared there, and we are not promoting it, just sharing information that this is a session which is happening on Saturday. That's it. No promotion, no linking of anything or good morning or promotional messages, join the program and all those things. Because here we are not into the business of life skills. We are here into this idea or this platform of Speak Up Club being a platform where we learn and we listen to perspectives. And that's where I think all of us over the last 44 Saturday nights have grown and learned the importance of adding in perspectives like the theme of today, Wanderlust. During these 44 weeks, we have had our experiences of Wanderlust where we have had people from across the world. We have had people from Bangladesh, we have had people from Kuwait. Dr. Rashmi is joining us from London every week. And we have people from different cities in India, Bangalore, Mysore, Delhi, Gurgaon, Mumbai. We have people from different parts of the world with their perspectives, with their own experiences coming to this platform and sharing their thoughts on this platform. I believe this is one platform that we have created over the last 44 weeks where each one of you can experience Wanderlust in your own homes, sitting right in front of this camera and being a part of this meeting. Thank you everyone for joining in today, and as always, for making this platform a wonderful experience for all of us. With that, if anyone would like to add anything, otherwise I'll just close the session. Any feedback from anyone, any comments that anyone would like to share?
Rahul, I must appreciate your efforts, and it's really a testimony that 44 weeks taking something, we all may start things and they go for a couple of weeks and then it stops. But if you have taken it to 44 weeks, it's quite commendable. Really appreciate this effort, and it's a good
Thank you.
platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We do
I'm
have
also
the
really
record.
a hats off to both of you. You know, you are giving wonderful platform to share everybody's view. Thank you very much, Rahul and Pratima.
Thank you, Dr. Rashmi. So again, Vivek, the recordings of all the previous sessions are there, not on the public, on our YouTube channel. So we are still to update the last 6 recordings, but the recordings previous to that, there's this in this WhatsApp group that we just talked about. In the description, there's a link, the Speak Up Club playlist, which is there, in which all the sessions which have been delivered up until now. So if you wish to anytime want to binge watch life skills and perspectives, you're more than happy. We'll be more than happy to have you look at those YouTube sessions that the sessions that we have had, which have been uploaded to the YouTube as of date. So thank you for that, Dr. Rashmi and Vivek.
Thank you.
Akanksha, you were saying something, I believe. Okay, so with that, let's close the session for today. And like I always say, thank you, everyone. Saturday nights have never been this beautiful for the last 44 Saturday nights now. And each week we learn, we share perspectives, we gain perspectives. And thank you for making this and our life beautiful. Thank you, everyone. Signing off for the session number 44. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Good night. Good night.